This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Belly Brothers Auto Tech is the bark of the town. Belly Brothers is one of the top-rated local auto shops in South Dakota. From an oil change to transmission repairs, they'll treat your car with exceptional service at reasonable rates, with plenty of financing options also available. Holding an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau since 2008, Belly Brothers will get your tail wagging. And visit Jennifer Young next door for your tax accounting needs.
Used cars, used trucks, used sport utilities. Find them all at Denny Menholt Rapid Chevrolet. Shop over 300 used cars, trucks, and SUVs, GMCs, Rams, Fords, imports, and more. Many late model local trades. Plus, used and certified pre-owned Chevys. With qualified credit, buy with no money down and make no payments for 90 days. 16 local and national lenders available and all applications accepted. Shop the Black Hills best selection in person at Denny Menholt Rapid Chevrolet or DennyMenholtRapidChevrolet.com. Used cars.
Now that we're in the final quarter of the year, it's time to start thinking about the 2022 tax year. W-2s and 1099s are scheduled to be out in January, but don't worry, Jennifer Young's Bookkeeping Services has you covered. They stay on top of the ever-changing tax laws impacting small businesses and corporations. Jennifer Young's Bookkeeping has your best interests at heart. Don't wait until the last minute. Get a head start on your 2022 taxes. Call Jennifer Young or go to jenniferyoungsbookkeeping.com or find her on Facebook.
Family is the fabric of who we are. The generations that came before us and the ones that will carry on after. At Monument Health, we're dedicated to these communities because they're our communities. We're committed to building the healthcare system of tomorrow with medical knowledge and expertise you can trust, close to home. Here to care, here to connect, here for you, today and tomorrow. Monument Health.
Alternative Fuel Coffee House, located in downtown Rapid City, has been a staple since 2006, offering an espresso bar, smoothie bar, and more. If food is what you're looking for, check out their menu. Using local ingredients for their drinks and recipes is their way of showing how important shopping local is. Come in and visit them during skating and patio season for the best coffee experience in town. Who's filling up your cup? Alternative Fuel Coffee House. Looking to spruce things up for dinner tonight? Order online or buy the Inferno's Food by Fire app for your best meal in Rapid City. Inferno's has the best Stonefire signature pizzas, sandwiches, and fresh salads. Build your own pizza all while watching the latest high school or NFL action. Even better, receive a 10% discount off your next order when you mention Live Ticket. That's at Inferno's Food by Fire.
Give your car or truck the spa treatment at Denny Menholt Rushmore Honda. Get your oil changed and your vehicle washed for as low as $54.95. Your car comes out squeaky clean inside and out. Enjoy our comfortable waiting area or hop in our courtesy shuttle. We have 4 master certified Honda techs to treat your car right. All makes, all models, all day, every day. Walk-ins welcome or make an appointment online at DennyMenholtRushmoreHonda.com. Get express service at Denny Menholt Rushmore Honda. Give your car
your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
Big news from Denny Menholt Toyota. Lease a new 2023 Toyota Camry SE sedan with no down payment. Just $448 a month. It's equipped with Toyota Safety Sense, 7-inch touchscreen, hands-free Bluetooth phone, and music controls, all-weather floor liners, and more. And it gets up to 32 miles per gallon combined city and highway. All for no down, $448 a month. New Toyotas on the lot and inbound. Reserve yours today. See us at Denny Menholt Toyota or DennyMenholtToyota.com. Big news from
When it comes to protecting what matters most, keep it simple. Insure your car and home with Farm Bureau, and you'll have a combined policy with one deductible that can cover it all. That means faster claim resolution and less hassle. Plus, you can save money in the long run. It's the quick way back to normal, because with Farm Bureau, you've got an agent who can make things right when things go wrong. Farm Bureau agents make insurance simple.
Call me, Tom Berger, your Farm Bureau agent in Rapid City, at 348-3470.
Owned and operated by veterans, Black Mountain Painting provides interior, exterior, residential, and commercial painting services. With over 12 years of experience and a team of trusted paint experts, they bring the highest standard of work to the Black Hills area. They provide interior and exterior painting and custom staining needs. So if you have painting or staining needs inside or out, give Black Mountain Painting a call for your free quote today. 605-661-8612.
It's pride like never before and a true showcase of talent from high school to the collegiate level. It's the Lakota All-Star Basketball Games, April 29th on Live Ticket TV. Pay-per-view access will be available with all funds going back to help put on years of Lakota All-Star Games. With over 100 athletes participating from college to high school, you won't want to miss a fun day of Lakota All-Star Basketball Games on Live Ticket TV. It's pride like
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Gas prices got you down? Need a car with better gas mileage? Denny Menholt Toyota has what you need. Shop a great selection of fuel-efficient used cars and SUVs. Brands like Subaru, Nissan, Hyundai, Kia, and more. Plus, the area's best selection of used Toyotas and Toyota Certified Pre-Owned. Buy with no money down and get financing on the spot with qualified credit. Ready to pay less at the pump and get a better car? See us at Denny Menholt Toyota or DennyMenholtToyota.com. Gas prices.
You're doing a lot. Maybe you're starting a family, building a home, growing a business. Security First Bank knows your life is constantly changing. And while our commitment remains constant, we're changing too. With tools, technology, and new products from people you trust. For all the ways you're changing and all the things you're doing, we're the bank. Security First Bank. Member FDIC.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live. Whether you're pregnant...
Where can you get surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance? At State Farm. I'm State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, and I'm your one-stop shop in Rapid City for protecting your car and your stuff for surprisingly great rates. So stop looking around. Call me, State Farm Agent Matt McCormick, for surprisingly great auto and renter's rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements. Hi, this is Nate Brown reminding you to join the Nate Brown Show live weekdays from 4 to 6 p.m. It's Rapid City's sports talk show and Rapid City's only call-in radio show. With big-name guests from across the country to the local sports coverage you just can't get anywhere else. Join the conversation every weekday for thought-provoking sports talk. This is your show. Don't miss the Nate Brown Show from 4 to 6 p.m. on 106.7 FM and 1150 a.m. And stream us all the time at foxsportsrapidcity.com. Hi,
My kid wrecked his car, his third car. The kid needs a car. We need the kid to have a car. What did I do? I begged my insurance agent for mercy. That's another story. Then I went to Copper Motors in Rapid City and found a safe, reliable car.
Copper Motors is a small, trusted dealership specializing in safe, quality pre-owned vehicles. No pressure, no hassle. Each vehicle is inspected, serviced, and detailed with a warranty like no other. Copper Motors, corner of Campbell and Omaha.
Gas prices got you down? Need a car with better gas mileage? Denny Menhold Toyota has what you need. Shop a great selection of fuel-efficient used cars and SUVs. Brands like Subaru, Nissan, Hyundai, Kia, and more. Plus, the area's best selection of used Toyotas and Toyota certified pre-owned. Buy with no money down and get financing on the spot with qualified credit. Ready to pay less at the pump and get a better car? See us at Denny Menhold Toyota or DennyMenholdToyota.com. Gas prices.
A few years ago, Security First Bank started talking about what it means to be the bank. And the truth is, for 125 years, we've known exactly what it means to you. Consistency, dependability, determination, and devotion. For 125 years, we've been resilient and steadfast in our commitment to you. History is not just looking backward, it's also the stuff we're made of moving forward. Security First Bank. We're the bank. Member FDIC. A few years ago.
Great news. I just got the State Farm personal price plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Contact me, State Farm agent Scott Carlson, to create your personal price plan today.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
At Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we are here to help you make your comeback. Our team is standing by to diagnose and treat your injury with some of the most advanced treatment options available and same-day appointments. Monument Health practitioners work closely with our therapists and physicians in communities throughout the Black Hills, with locations in Rapid City and Spearfish. Visit monument.health/orthopedics for more information. That's monument.health/orthopedics for more information.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with Colton, who's right here in the area. And a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of Colton today, and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
At Denny Manhole Rushmore Honda, we have a lot full of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, shop imports, and domestics. Many are local one-owner trade-ins, plus the area's best selection of used Hondas and Honda Certified Pre-Owned, with financing as low as 3.49 APR, or buy any used with no money down and make no payments for 90 days. See us at Denny Manhole Rushmore Honda or RushmoreHonda.com. Financing on select Certified Pre-Owned. Length of contract is limited. Offer expires 2/28/23. Offers with qualified credit. At Denny Manhole...
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in hospitality. You ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares about the little things as much as the big things. You ask for someone who treats you like you are loved, because you are. Black Hills Surgical Hospital. Ask for us by name.
Star Spangled Batter on Jackson Boulevard in Rapid City, South Dakota. Famous for their delicious cakes, cupcakes, and other tasty baked goods. But did you know they're the only bakery in town to offer free consultations? Not to mention free samples when planning your big or small wedding. They also take special orders for that special party for that special someone. Check out their daily specials on Facebook or call ahead to grab some goodies for the office on your way to work. Star Spangled Batter is a proud sponsor of Rapid City sports and activities on liveticket.tv.
Would you buy your insurance from a cartoon character?
What's up, Doc?
Cartoons are good for a laugh, but when you're in an accident or you need your home covered and need help, it's no laughing matter. That's why you need a real person, like Lance at Van Z Insurance Associates. It's not just simple insurance either. Lance has you covered with home, life, auto, and business. Van Z Insurance is your place to call. Stop by today or give Lance a call at 605-393-2399.
Welcome back to Carroll Hire Gymnasium to the J&J Truck and Auto Body pregame show right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. With Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham. Thanks for joining us on this Friday night as we get you set for tip-off between the Rapid City Stevens Raiders and the Huron Tigers. The Raiders coming in with a 13-7 record, while the Huron Tigers are 9-11. Let's look at today's players to watch. It's powered by High Plains Physical Therapy and Aquatic Therapy Center. Remember, you have a choice on who to see for physical therapy in Rapid City. With a state-of-the-art facility and one-on-one personalized treatment, get started at highplainspt.com. Dean, what's the matchup look like tonight? Who should we keep our eyes on?
Well, for the Huron Tigers, they really have two players that really are effective out on the floor, and the first one is Isabel Elwine. The other one is my player to watch, Hampton Hines. She really carries it. She shoots well. She's got a lot. She can drive. She's got a lot of the things that you have to think about when you're trying to stop somebody. You keep the drive, keep the shot on the perimeter. All that has to kind of come together. And, of course, it's none other games on the line. The loser goes home, the winner advances, so it's for the Raiders, it's got to be Talia Porter. She's carried this team all season when the team struggles. Talia's been there, so the pressure's going to be on her. The Tigers are going to try to knock her down, not literally, but try to contain her. So she's got to still have a good game for these Raiders. Talia Porter averaging 17.6 points per game for the Raiders, and that's today's Players to Watch, being powered by High Plains Physical Therapy and Aquatic Therapy Center in Rapid City. Get started at highplainspt.com. So we are going to step aside. We will pause for the national anthem. When we return, we'll look at today's starting lineups, plus I promised you some scores. We will get to those scores as well. We'll do that when we return in 2 minutes right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City and foxsportsrapidcity.com, as well as GoRaidersLive.com.
There's no place for sportsmanship at any level in athletics or activities. For what we permit, we certainly promote. Let's all promote good sportsmanship at all of our activities throughout the school year.
Now it's time for our national anthem. We remind all in attendance that proper respect is to face the flag, remove your hat or cap, and stand at attention with your right hand over your heart. Veterans and active duty military not in uniform may salute the flag. Tonight's anthem will be performed by the Raider Pep Band under the direction of George Dragoo and Jordan Seidel. We will first introduce the Huron Tiger cheerleaders. Emma Ross.
Gymnasium to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth, sales, service, and recreation. With Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham on this Friday night as we get you set for SoDak 16 playoff action between the Rapid City Stevens Raiders and the Huron Tigers. Again, the winner advances to the State AA Girls Basketball Tournament next week in Sioux Falls. We'll take a look at the starting lineups. Today's starting lineups are built by Connect Home Center. Whether it's residential or commercial, Connect Home Center has been your hometown lumberyard since 1928. We'll take a look first for the visiting Huron Tigers, who made the trip out to western South Dakota. Their starting five looks like this. Number 5, Bren Huber. She is a 5'4" senior guard. Number 23 is Hampton Hines. She is a 5'8" junior guard. Number 32 is Carson Kaufman. She is a 5'11" senior forward. Number 33, our player to watch, Isabel Elwine, a 5'8" senior guard. And rounding out the starting five is number 34, Heaven Gainey. Heaven is a 5'7" senior forward. Head coach for the Huron Tigers is Cody Kaufman. And now the starting lineups for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. Their lineup looks like this. Number 1, Brittany Jones, a 5'6" sophomore guard. Number 2, Haley Oswald, a 5'7" senior guard. Number 3 is Talia Porter, averaging 17.6 points per game, a 5'8" sophomore guard. In the middle will be number 20, Isabel Higgins, a 5'9" junior forward/center. And number 22, Macy Wathen, a 5'9" senior guard forward. Head coach in his second year for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders is Adam Dannenbrink.
You know, when you look at the Huron Tigers, they're very senior-heavy coming in. First-year coach, Cody Coffin, he was actually an boys assistant coach the last 7 years and then came over to take over this head coaching job. But they're very senior-heavy, so it's going to look quite different for these gals last year versus the Raiders, where they have a few seniors, but they have lots of talent in those underclassmen. Let's meet the officials. The law on the court brought to us by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. Today's officials are Paul Whitcraft, Brad Booth, and Matt Berger. And just a quick check of as they continue with the starting lineups here tonight, a quick check of on the State Farm scoreboard. Some scores that have finished. The number 4 O'Gorman Knights have punched their ticket to the state tournament as they defeat Rapid City Central this earlier today, 63-26. So the Cobblers' season comes to an end. But down the stretch, the Cobblers, we saw some good things from them. Of course, they beat their rival, Rapid City Stevens. That was a big win. You love to beat your rival, but we saw some improvement down the stretch. It definitely, and that's just a huge game. The Raiders obviously shot poorly. Central did not, and they came out and they stuck it to them. We expected a competitive game somewhat, and it was really not that competitive. The Cobblers just had it, and like you said, with half a season under her belt, Coach Jasinski, trying to collect things together for the Cobblers. Kind of looked like, she made some lineup adjustments. Looked like kind of things were kind of starting to roll a little bit. And so we'll see what's in store. There's always a coaching carousel. You never know what's going to come up the next season and the next season and the next season. But, again, for her career to finish with at least a win, I don't know if she's coming back next year, but if to finish with a win against the crosstown rival, that's usually pretty good.
It is pretty good, yep. So again, O'Gorman over Rapid City Central, 63-26. At the end of the third quarter, it's Harrisburg 26, Spearfish 21. So keeping it close, low-scoring game, but the Spartans still in that one.
Oh, definitely. I love Dakota Johnson. Just done a great job up in Spearfish. They play so hard. Maya Kochutin shoots the ball well, is a great leader for that team. They're very competitive.
And then one other score at the end of the third, Sioux Falls Washington all over Sioux Falls Roosevelt, 47-26. Sioux Falls Jefferson leading Aberdeen Central early in the fourth quarter, 34-31. It is Pierre 39, Brookings 25 in the third quarter. And with 1 minute left in the third, Mitchell 39, Brandon Valley 29. So by the time we reach halftime, we'll have some more scores and some finals to pass along to you right here on Fox Sports. But we're ready to get this game underway.
We're going to keep an eye on that Pierre game because the winner of this game will advance to play, assuming Pierre wins. I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but the winner of the Pierre Brookings game.
Isabel Higgins in the middle to jump for the Raiders. She wins the tip, and this game is underway. The Raiders going from left to right. They'll get the ball out to Brittany Jones, top of the key. Zone defense by the Tigers, left side to Porter. Porter to Watson. Thought about the three. Instead, she'll give it to Jones. She shoots the three. That's no good. Porter there for the rebound. Puts it back up. Gets the basket and one for the Raiders.
Immediate impact of Talia Porter right away. It was not a good-looking shot by Brittany Jones. We expect to see a lot of balls flying. That one didn't even draw iron, but, of course, Talia Porter right there, backside rebound. Just a classic thing when you teach rebounding. The first thing you got to cover is that backside. Porter makes the free throw. That gives the Raiders an early 3-0 lead on the State Farm scoreboard over the Huron Tigers. A little bit of pressure by the Raiders. Tigers work the ball into the front court. This is going to be Huber. She hits the deck. So we'll have a foul against the Raiders. That's going to go on. It's going to be on Porter. The first on Porter, first team foul against the Raiders. Absolutely the one you don't want to get those fouls early on.
They get the ball in. It's going to go to Hampton Hines. Hines, top of the key, gets the ball over to Huber. Huber dribbles around the perimeter as the Tigers go from right to left. They try to work it inside. There's the shot inside, and it's good for Isabel Elwine.
Again, Elwine and Hampton Hampton Hines are going to be the big factors for Huron tonight.
Zone defense by the Tigers. They'll go to Oswald for the Raiders on the left. Now to Wathen. Wathen on the wing. Back to Oswald. Has a pass. Now she tries to get it to Porter, but she overthrows Porter. It goes out of bounds, and the Tigers come away with it. Dean, you talked about how crucial turnovers will be in this ballgame.
Going to be shooting and turnovers.
Elwine gets the ball into Huber. Huber back to Elwine. Elwine on the near side. Picks up her dribble. Gets rid of the ball. It goes to Hines. Hines into the front court. This is gaining the basketball in the paint. And it's going to be a blocking foul against the Raiders.
She's going to be on the floor on that one. Kind of looked like she shuffled her feet as she's trying to make a move, but you get the foul, and they are going to shoot. I thought they were talking a little bit. I thought he signaled 2 shots, but I didn't think she was going up at all. So they're going to talk about it, and yep, she's going to be shooting.
So the foul is on Isabel Higgins, her first, team's second. At the free throw line will be Heaven Gainey, a 5'7" senior forward. She'll shoot 2. She makes the first. This game is tied at 3 with 6:45 to go in the first quarter.
You know, in the last 2 good games that the Raiders have played, they came out just to a great start. Again, 9-0 here against Huron last time, and then the first quarter 24-3 against Lincoln. So the Raiders want to do that quickly.
Second free throw, no good. The Raiders come away with it. Jones in the front court on the wing. Now the ball is loose. Jones picks it up. Jones gets rid of the ball. It goes to Oswald. Now to Watson in the left corner. Down low to Porter on the block. She kicks it outside to Higgins. Higgins right side to Oswald. She'll shoot the 3. It's good for Oswald.
Just great ball movement. It looked like it was going to stall there for a minute, but they got out of it, found the 3 in the corner, and buried it.
Here's Gainey in the front court. Gainey gets the ball to Huber. Huber drives. Now bounce pass into that left corner. And a travel there. I'm not sure if Kaufman knew that she even took an extra step there. Carson Kaufman gets called for the travel.
Easy to see with those nice bright green yellow shoes.
Exactly. In the front court will be Macy Wathen. 6-3 is your score. The Raiders by 3. Again, Rapid City Stevens trying to make their 10th straight trip to the state AA girls basketball tournament. The only time they missed it was back in 2013. Oswald, now they get it to Higgins along the baseline. Puts up the short jumper. That one no good. Porter grabs the offensive rebound. Turnaround jumper is no good. A fight for the rebound. Coming away with it is Elwine. Elwine to Gainey in the front court. She gets in the lane, drives hard to the basket, puts it a little too strong, no good. It's Higgins who comes away with it. Higgins gets the ball. It goes to Jones. Jones in the front court, top of the key. There's that zone defense once again by the Tigers. They played man the first time they met the Raiders. Jones to Porter in that left corner, looking inside. Instead, Porter dribbles around the perimeter, passes right side to Higgins. Higgins to Wathen. She's going to shoot the 3. This one is short, no good. Jones gets the rebound. Jones out to Wathen. Wathen, top of the key, hands the ball to Jones. Jones back to Wathen, driving the right baseline. Bounce pass, trying to get it to Higgins. Instead, she throws it away.
Yeah, I don't think she got quite the English she wanted right on that. Higgins had a great job, had the defender sealed in, and it just didn't go that way. But, you know, nice ball control. Again, they got that zone. They're trying to get that nice-looking shot. They're kind of taking their time a little too much. You got to move it. I know you don't want to turn it over.
Here's Hampton Hines now in the front court. Hines, crossover dribble. Hands the ball off. It's going to go to her, I think that's her sister. No, that's Kristen Jane. And the ball is stolen by Jones for the Raiders. Jones works her way into the front court. Left side to Wathen. Wathen in the lane, puts up the floater. No good, but a whistle will send Macy Wathen to the free throw line.
You know, and I'll tell you what, the Raiders, they really need Macy Wathen to kind of step up. She looked great early on in the season. I think kind of as the Raiders went through February, kind of Wathen went that way. Just her confidence in shooting, and just you can see she's just a little hesitant to A, take the shot, and B, when she shoots it, she doesn't shoot with confidence, and I think she kind of needs that back in when they played Huron last time. She was ready. She was firing away and just all sorts of confidence. So I think she really needs to regain that back. She's a 58.3% free throw shooter. She made the first, missed the second. Getting the rebound is going to be Heaven Gainey. Gainey works her way into the front court, top of the key. Man-to-man defense by the Raiders. There's the bounce pass to the right elbow. They go to number 42. That's Elizabeth Heinen. And they'll work it now. Here's Heinen in the low post. She's cut off. There's the bounce pass. Now the ball is loose. It's kicked out of bounds by the Raiders. Last touch by Hampton Hines. Yeah, it looked like Heinen just got caught in the corner there. She had nowhere to go. Izzy Higgins had her just really trapped, and they tried to just play a two-man game, and it just didn't work out. Midway through the first quarter, the Raiders lead 7-3 on the State Farm scoreboard. Gabby Love is checked in for the Raiders. She'll dribble to the left wing, sends it out to her sister, Finley Love. Love to Porter, top of the key. Here's Love in the paint, down low to Watson. Higgins, but a travel on Gabby Love. Yeah, she was kind of wide open there with an opportunity, but she thought, I'm just going to try to sneak it into that short porch there, and it wasn't happening. Elwine gets the ball in. It goes to Kristen James. James works her way into the front court. Crossover dribble to her the right side. Gets the ball over to Hines. Hampton Hines drives that right baseline. Puts up the shot. It is short, no good. A battle for the rebound. Porter comes away with it. Porter pushes the ball into the front court as the Raiders tried to get out in transition. Porter gives the ball. It goes to Finley Love. Love around the screen to the right side. Love gets the ball to Porter. Porter hands it off to Macy Watson. Now back to Gabby Love. Love to Watson. Watson to Finley Love. Crossover dribble. Down to 12 seconds. Here's Porter in the paint now. Kicks it out. Macy Watson shoots the three and brings it. That's exactly what they needed. Great patience with it. You want that drive. You want that kick. And she had it right there. They all collapsed on Porter and Watson wide open. Raiders lead by 7 on the State Farm scoreboard. 10-3 over the Huron Tigers with 3 minutes remaining. Here's Gainey in the low post. Tries to work it inside. Higgins gets the steal for the Raiders. Higgins pushes the ball on the near side into the front court. Gives the ball back to Watson. Watson goes to Higgins along the right baseline, trying to work it down low to Porter, and it's going to be a jump between Porter and Isabel Elwine. Boy, that last possession, did Izzy read the defender she was the defender rather, read the offensive player like a book? Her timing was just perfect. I want that person on my defensive backfield in football. Elwine gets the ball into Huber, who's checked back in. Bren Huber. She'll work her way into the front court by the quickest Tiger on the floor there. Huber goes right side. That's over to Hines. Hines drives, puts up the shot high off the glass, but it's good for 2. She banks it in there. Here's Higgins in the right corner for the Raiders. Now they work it around the perimeter. Watson on that left side, back to Porter. Porter down low to Higgins in the corner. Higgins wants to drive the baseline. And a travel there on Isabel Higgins. Yeah, it was a pretty good defense at that time by Hilton Hines. Kind of tapped the ball away, kind of lost the momentum that Isabel Higgins had and couldn't quite collect it. Got caught not looking where she needed to be going. Elwine gets the ball into Hilton Hines. The 5'7" freshman works her way into the front court. Hines. Left side, gets the ball over. It's going to go to James. James drives, tries to split the defenders, and the ball is going to be knocked loose. Porter comes away with it. They get it to Finley Love in the front court. Finley in the paint, drives, puts it off the glass. It's good for 2. Just a great possession there. First started with Claire Fierro. Great defense, trapped her underneath, and then the transition point. Finley Love reads the defense, takes the slot, and lays it in. Elwine to Hines now. Elwine to Hines. Crossover dribble. Hines the basketball. Gets it to Hilton Hines. Back left side to Huber. Huber top of the key. Over to Hines. Hines works her way in, gets in the paint, kicks it outside to her sister. Hines over to Huber. Down to 5 seconds. Huber trying to work it inside to number 20, Kristen James. It goes through her hands and goes out of bounds. And turnover is definitely a factor at the moment. And Coach Kaufman's like, I need a timeout. We need to get together here. He did the same thing when the Raiders were up 9-0 in that first game. He took a timeout. They recovered again. They outscored the Raiders 15-10 after that. in the first half, but he just has to collect his gals together. They got to take care of the pressure. The Raiders playing great defense. Settle them down, move the ball around. They got to get the ball to the outside because the Raiders are just playing really good paint defense right now. Minute 14 to go in the first quarter. It's 12-5 is your score on the State Farm scoreboard as Rapid City Stevens leads over the Huron Tigers. Again, this is the second meeting between these two teams. In the first meeting, the Raiders, it was a 20 that first game. Yeah, they were up at one point. They were up 22 points. The Raiders really couldn't miss. You looked at those stats. You heard them at the pregame show, like 46% or something like that from downtown. They were 10 of 13. That couldn't be right. 10 of 23. 10 of 23, yeah. It's just incredible. Yep, 68-45 was the score the first time these two teams met. Here's Finley Love now. She'll give the ball and go to Hallie Peterson, who's checked in. Now to Oswald in the right corner. Oswald dribbles out to the wing. Cross-court pass to Love. Love crossover dribble. Kicks the ball out, but it's going to be stolen by number 23, Hines. Hines tries to go coast to coast. Shot's no good. The ball's knocked loose. Huber puts up the floater in the paint. That's no good. Coming away with it is Oswald, and then we're going to get a foul as both players hit the deck. That's going to be, I believe, Hilton Hines who's going to get charged with the foul. Yeah, and you saw the instant energy level for the Huron Tigers. Whatever Kaufman said, I don't know if he liked the call by Paul Whitcraft, but whatever he said, he got him going here. Maybe a little bit too late here in the first quarter. Down to 42 seconds, a 7-point lead in this first quarter for the Raiders. Peterson gets the ball to Love. Love dribbles around the perimeter, passes back to Peterson. She reverses it to Oswald. Oswald to Peterson in the right corner. Back to Oswald. Now they reverse it. They get it over to Love. Love wants to drive, puts up the floater from the right side. That one is short, no good. Peterson gets the ball for the Raiders, gives it to Fierro. She drives, now tries to kick it outside. Instead, it's going to be stolen by Hampton Hines. Hines in the front court to Ganey in the low post. She's going to put up the shot, no good. Porter grabs the rebound. Down to 10 seconds now left on the clock. Porter works her way into the front court. Down to 5 seconds. Crossover dribble. Porter kicks it left side. Peterson shoots the three at the buzzer. That one is short, no good. Fierro puts it up. She beat the buzzer, but just a little too strong. It's no good. Yeah, a little too. That last possession by the Raiders, Fierro, you saw Coach Dannenberg didn't like it, but Fierro drives the baseline. She's expecting somebody to be on the other side, and that was a blind pass or whatever it is, right into the hands of the Huron Tigers. Nice start for the Raiders. They have the lead at the end of the first quarter here at Carroll Higher Gymnasium on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. To Rapid City Stevens 12, Huron 5. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to high school basketball on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City, and on GoRaidersLive.com.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today. Your first...
And welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth with Dean Gurr. I'm Jerome Wickersham on this Friday night. Raider basketball to start this second quarter in this girls' SoDak 16 play. Here's Higgins, bounce pass to Porter in the low post. She kicks it outside. It goes to Oswald. Now Oswald has the ball stolen. She tried to kick it back outside. Huber comes away with it. Bounce pass to Hines in the front court. Hines into the right corner. Cross-court pass, gets it outside. That's going to be Elwine. Her shot is no good. Jones comes away with it. And we're going to get a whistle against the Tigers.
Yeah, Huber just kind of ran into her. That again, the Huron Tigers are just like the Raiders. They need to shoot the ball well from the perimeter. They can drive, so they can create those opportunities by getting in the lane and opening up outside looks. But that's a big part of their game. You know, when the Raiders don't shoot good from outside, the games just don't go well. Here's Porter, left side to Jones. Jones back to a pass to Wathen, and Wathen banks it in for two. I'll tell you what, the Raiders started that last game with that exact play right there, and Coach Coppin was absolutely furious that they let him do that.
Elwine races into the front court, puts the shot too strong off the glass, no good. Porter grabs the rebound. Out in transition, trying to get it to Jones, but Jones couldn't chase down the loose ball. It's going to roll out of bounds.
I thought she was going to run to that gal with the camera over there.
14-5, the Raiders with their largest lead now of 9 points in this game coming your way on Fox Sports Rapid City. Huber kicks it outside. Gainey's going to shoot the three, and it's good for Heaven Gainey.
Just like that, what we talked about, if they can cash in some threes, they will stay in the game, and that's exactly where they're at.
6-point lead now for the Raiders, 14-8 with 6.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Haley Oswald the basketball. Zone defense again by the Tigers. Watson back to Oswald. Now they go to Higgins. Baseline jumpers up. Too strong, no good. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hampton Hines, so it will stay Raider basketball. Hilton Hines comes into the ball game. She replaces Carson Kaufman. Brittany Jones will trigger it in along the right baseline. Gets the ball into Porter in the paint. The short jumper, no good. The battle for the rebound. Gainey comes away with it, and a whistle against the Raiders.
It's going to be on Porter, too, which is absolutely huge at this point. She's going to have to sit down with 2 fouls early on in the second quarter. What a developing story that will be for the Raiders.
Hallie Peterson, the 5'6 freshman, checks in. Again, the second on Talia Porter, third team foul for the Raiders. Here's Hines as she races into the front court, picks up her dribble on the wing, bounce pass to Gainey, now left side to Huber. Huber, and that's going to be a hand-checking or pushing foul against the Raiders as she drives to the paint.
It's either push or 2 hands, and Coach Dannenberg doesn't agree with that one. He's such a nice guy. He'll say something, but he'll be all cool about it.
Brittany Jones with her first, 4th team foul. Here's Hines, the basketball, crossover dribble, spins back to her right, tries to kick it outside, and Macy Watson gets the steal. Watson races into the front court, gives the ball to Jones. Jones wide open, is going to launch the three. That one's no good. The ball's going to go out of bounds, and it will be Tiger basketball.
How about Heaven Gainey? Nice job that time. The steal by Watson. She had an opportunity, but Gainey, step for step all the way, cuts it off, forces the missed shots, the missed three-point attempt by the Raiders, and now Huron has the ball back.
Here's Bryn Huber in the front court for the Tigers. Bounce pass, they go to the left elbow. That's going to be Heaven Gainey. Gainey looking inside. Now she drives, puts up the shot off the glass. It's good for Gainey.
There was nothing going on there for Gainey, and then all of a sudden Izzy Higgins took a step back, gave her space, and she took advantage.
Oswald's going to shoot the three at the other end. No good, but it's Higgins who cleans it up as she gets the rebound and puts it in for 2.
She's always good for those hard-fought points getting underneath.
16-10 now. Huber at the other end drives. We're going to get a foul. That's going to be number 2 on Brittany Jones with the hand-checking foul.
Yeah, and right now, the Raiders, they have a deep enough bench. Now, they don't have another Talia Porter sitting on the bench, but they have a deep enough bench where other teams may be in foul trouble, but the Raiders, they play 8-9 players who can get in and get some time.
5:15 to go on the State Farm scoreboard in the second quarter. 6-point Raider lead, 16-10. Here's Hines left alone in the left corner. She shoots the three, no good. Watson grabs the rebound for the Raiders. On that far side, she works her way into the front court. She passes back to Finley Love. Love, top of the key, goes over to Oswald, back to Love. Love drives to her left in the paint. There's the floater. That one's no good. The ball's tapped around. Coming away with it is the Tigers, number 33, Isabel Elwine. Elwine in the front court. Right side, they go to Gainey. Gainey back to her pass to Hines in the low post. Puts up the shot. It's blocked by Oswald. But we're going to get a whistle against Haley Oswald.
Yeah, she was there, and again, she had her hands down. You tell your coach, you say, get your hands up straight, stay vertical, all the different things that they yell at their players to try to get them to stay upright. You almost just can't help. It's almost a natural reaction.
Let your hands come down.
Yeah, when you get hit right in the chest or come at you, it's like a self-protection thing. You kind of come down. You're playing top. You're guarding yourself all at the same time, and you just get it. That's just the way it is.
Hampton Hines makes the first free throw. Second one rims in and out, no good. It's a battle for the rebound. Last touch. No, it was last touch by Higgins.
Yeah, there were two players going after Higgins, one of them, and
Kristen James.
And James the other one. And
they're going to say Higgins last touched it.
the bottom line is they need to be able to box out. There's no excuse for not boxing out on the free throw line.
Driving is going to be Hines. That's the freshman, Hilton Hines. And she drives the baseline, puts it in for two, and the Raider lead now is cut to 3.
A simple fundamental turns into points for Huron.
Here's Gabby Love, bounce pass out to Watson. She has the time. She shoots the 3. It's no good. Gainey grabs the rebound for the Tigers. She'll work the ball into the front court on the far side. Gainey picks up her dribble. Gets rid of the ball. It's going to go to Kaufman. Now they go back to Hines. Hampton Hines to Gainey on that right wing. Back to Hines. Hines around the screen, dribbles to the right wing, passes to Gainey. Those two just playing keep away right now. Now they work it down low. Here's Hines. Hines drives, puts up the shot. It was contested by the Raiders. Allie Peterson comes away with it, pushes it to Love in the front court. Love, left side, it's going to go to her sister, Gabby Love, for 3. That one's no good. Higgins fighting for the rebound, kicks it outside to keep it alive for the Raiders. Watson to Love. She's wide open. Gabby Love for 3, and it's good.
Boy, give her a second chance opportunity, and she takes advantage of it. How about the hustle by Higgins to get down low and create another opportunity?
But I'm not sure what the last call was. We got a turnover by the Tigers. In 3.5 minutes to go in the second quarter, 19-13 on the State Farm scoreboard. The Raiders lead by 6. The winner advances to the State AA Girls Basketball Tournament next week at the Pentagon in Sioux Falls. Here's Finley Love around the screen to the right side, gives the ball to Watson. Watson back to Love. She's wide open. She'll shoot the 3. That one's no good. Battle for the rebound. Kaufman comes away with it. Gets the ball out to Elwine. Elwine works her way into the front court for the Tigers. Crossover dribble to the left side. Gets in the lane. Pushed a little bit. Puts up the shot. And she's going to go to the free throw line for 2. And Watson just couldn't quite keep up with Elwine going in. She just kind of sticks her hands up, gives her a little hip check as she's going by. She'll put her on the free throw line. But that was one of the things that Coach Dannenbrink talked about, too. He's like, they do such a good job, especially Elwine and Hines, at getting to the free throw line, getting that contact on the defender and getting to the free throw line, and that's what they're doing right now. Elwine makes the first free throw, and she buries the second. She's a 74% free throw shooter. Again, the lead down to 4 after those 2 free throws. That's 4 points now for Elwine. Here's Peterson, and a double dribble by the freshman, Hallie Peterson.
Yeah, she was just going to kick it the other way, but the defender took away the passing lane, and she had no option.
Hilton Hines the basketball in the backcourt. Crossover dribble into the front court on the near side. Gets the ball to Gainey. Evan Gainey around the screen to the right side. Had the ball knocked out of her hand. She's able to gather it back up. She drives hard, puts up the scoop shot. It's good for Evan Gainey.
Boy, she's got that running layup down pat. That's her third one tonight.
8 points now for Evan Gainey. At the other end, it's Love. Her shot is no good. The rebound by Elwine. A chance now for the Tigers to either tie or take the lead. 19-17 is your score. Hilton Hines the basketball. Out front, that's Gainey wide open for 3. That one off the mark, no good. Watson comes away with it. Watson pushes the ball into the front court, gets in the lane, puts up the shot, and will get the basket and 1 for the Raiders.
And Coach Coffin's absolutely livid right now with the way that Watson dribbled. She had a high dribble, and what people don't understand, everyone's yelling, that that's a carry. They want a carry. You can have your hand above the ball, and you can bounce it as high as you want. And that's what happened. She bounced the ball. It was way up by her head. She kind of lost it, but her hand did not get underneath it. It did not come to rest. It's not a carry by any means, and he's just absolutely livid over there about that, talking to the officials. And with that call that didn't happen, that he thinks should happen, a 3-point play by Watson. 9 points now for Macy Watson. A nice first half for her. Back to a 5-point Raider lead on the State Farm scoreboard, 22-17. Hampton Hines the basketball. She'll get in the lane. Puts up the scoop shot. It's good for Hampton Hines. And now Dannenbrink, in his nice way, is thinking that one should have been a travel.
22-19 is your score now on the State Farm scoreboard. The Raiders by 3. Just under 2 minutes to play now. Along, there's Fierro to Higgins. Higgins in the low post, and she puts it in for two.
A great job. They had him trapped in the corner, but she found Higgins cutting right through the lane. Textbook short porch execution.
Raiders lead 24-19 over Huron. Bryn Huber the basketball. Cross-court pass, they go to Hines. Hines, top of the key. Dribbles around the perimeter and now cuts to the basket, puts up the shot. It's no good, but Hines will go to the free throw line for two.
I think Hines gave one of the fans over there a little bit of a nudge as she finished her play, finished under the basket. Guy's got a camera under there, and she finished, and she gave him a little bit of a chest bump there, and he's kind of smiling, but I think they don't appreciate, what they're doing. The fans, of course, you're always, it's standard, right, to razz the shooter of the opposing team when you're down there on that side. And I don't know how she feels about it, but she gave me a little piece of her mind and her body as well.
Hines, the 5'8 junior, makes the first free throw. She has 6 points in the ball game. It's 24-20 with 1:15 to play in the second. Hines makes both free throws, so a 3-point Raider lead. Here comes Finley Love in the front court on the near side. Crossover dribble. Gives the ball to Higgins. Higgins, right side now. They give it to Gabby Love. She's going to shoot the three and knock it down.
That's two big threes by Gabby Love here in this quarter. Really keeping the Raiders in it right now.
27-21, back to a 6-point lead. The Raiders have led by as many as 9. Back to a pass to Hines. Her shot is up and good. That's Hilton Hines, the freshman, with her second bucket.
Wow, they just lost her. She did a backdoor cut.
27-23 is your score now. This is going to be Love, left side to Oswald on the wing. Oswald wants to drive, gives the ball to Fierro. Fierro now around the perimeter, gets it out to Gabby Love. Love to her sister Finley Love. She gets around the screen, gets to the top of the key, puts up the three. That one in and out, no good. A battle for the rebound. Gainey comes away with it. Hines. Hines to Gainey in the front court. Gainey drives to the hoop. That one's no good. The ball's tapped around. It's going to be Higgins who comes away with it. Higgins in the front court.
Coach Standenbring yelling a play. Hey, slow down. We got time. We want one shot here.
8 seconds remaining. Finley Love now. Gives the ball to Gabby Love. Gabby Love from the elbow. Adds separation, puts up the jumper. That one's no good. The ball's tapped around. Higgins gets it back, puts it up.
The opposition is absolutely livid. Excuse me, of course, we don't have replay on this, so the Huron Tigers are loving it. The Raider fans are livid. No one likes that call at all. And, again, this is not state tournament, so they can't go back and look at this. At least they can't look at it anyway. And the fans just going nuts on
They
that.
are. Of course, Coach Dannenbring wanted the shot to count,
right.
But Matt Berger waving it off. The last-second shot there by Isabel Higgins did not count. So on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, at halftime, it's Rapid City Stevens 27 and Huron 23. We'll step aside for 1 minute. When we return, it's the halftime show right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City, and on GoRaidersLive.com.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live. Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead,
Belly Brothers Auto Tech is the bark of the town. Belly Brothers is one of the top-rated local auto shops in South Dakota. From an oil change to transmission repairs, they'll treat your car with exceptional service at reasonable rates, with plenty of financing options also available. Holding an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau since 2008, Belly Brothers will get your tail wagging. And visit Jennifer Young next door for your tax accounting needs.
And welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. Right here at Carroll Hire Gymnasium with Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham on Fox Sports Rapid City. It's the halftime show, and what a wild first half it was. Of course, they wave off the basket. We're still talking about it. Isabel Higgins put up the shot. We thought it beat the buzzer, but they wave off the shot there by Isabel Higgins. Nonetheless, the Raiders have the lead here at halftime. 27-23 is your score. Dean, your thoughts on that first half by both of these teams?
Well, exactly kind of what we thought. Is the team that shot, the team that turned the ball over. Two of the big factors for them. Early on, Huron just did not shoot the ball well. The Raiders were playing excellent defense, but we talked about it. Right about somewhere in the 6-minute mark, Talia Porter gets her second foul, and she's so important to be in the game that she had to sit down. You didn't want her to get a third foul, so she had to sit down, and the Huron Tigers took a timeout. They instantly responded, came back in, and all of a sudden they just upped their level. They shifted to the next gear and took off and quickly attacked. Normally we talk about how well they shoot from the perimeter, but this time they started attacking. Heaven Gainey driving in, Elwine driving in, Hines driving in. Everybody's driving in, and instead of driving in and kicking, they're continuing and getting A, to the free throw line, and B, getting shots to fall. Responding are the Raiders. They're also attacking well. They're shooting from the perimeter, trying to make things happen. Back and forth seesaw battle. This is going to be a great second half.
Oh, what a great second half we're looking forward to. Looking at the individual scoring, first for the Raiders, they're led by Macy Watson. We said she had to have a good ball game, and she does have 9 points to lead the Raiders in this first half. We have 6 points for Gabby Love, who's knocked down 2 threes. And then also 4 points for Isabel Higgins. But for Isabel, it's not only those 4 points, but it's what she's doing on the defensive side of the ball and also rebounding.
Oh, her rebounding is just tremendous. We saw that one opportunity she got down here. She snuck right in there. It looked like it was an easy rebound for a Huron. She snuck in there, got it back. They got another shot off because of that tough rebounding and attacking by Isabel Higgins. So we talked about the different. Obviously, there's the Talia Porter factor. We talked about how important it is for Macy Watson, an opportunity for her to kind of get back into it. She's kind of done that. And the other one is to keep Isabel Higgins on the floor. She fights so hard. All the Raiders fight, but she gets those garbage, not points, but she gets the garbage work done. Getting underneath and just battling and elbowing, and surprised she doesn't walk away with a whole bunch of Band-Aids and bruises all over her. 4 points and 6 rebounds in the first half for Isabel Higgins. Also, we had 3 points each for Haley Oswald and just 3 for Talia Porter. Her points came in the first quarter, and then 2 points for Finley Love. In fact, it wasn't Talia. Those were the first 3 of the game, right? Talia has a field goal and a free throw. Right, and it was the 3-point play she had early on. That was it. And, yeah, it's kind of amazing. What was funny was I believe Brittany Jones hit a 3-pointer at the start of the Raider Cobbler game, and they were up 3-0, and then from there on, they just kind of fell apart. So tonight, not doing so, working hard, getting the shots, and just battling their way through this. Scoring for the Huron Tigers, we had Heaven Gainey with 8 points, 7 for Hampton Hines, 4 for Isabel Elwine, and also 4 for Hilton Hines in that first half. So 27-23 is your score at the break. Again, like we said last night when we were doing Rapid City Christian there at Phillip, looking forward to a wild second half. Yeah, it definitely is. 23 rebounds for the Raiders, 8 offensive ones, which is fantastic. But to go along with that, 11 turnovers. They only had 7 in the whole game last time when they played Huron. So it's like feast or famine. You turn the ball over, but you're shooting, decently as well. They're not shooting as well as they did last time. Again, that was a great complete game. Shot, 60%, nearly 60% from the floor, 46% from downtown. All that together tonight, not quite as good. 36% from the floor, 30% from downtown, and Huron has only gone 1 of 4 from deep, which is a little bit, uncharacteristic for them. They can do it, so it's not like, obviously it's only a 4-point game, so it's not like they're not going to be able to come back and start hitting those and just get on a run.
Well, we'll see what happens here in this second half. Again, 27-23 is your score on the State Farm scoreboard. Rapid City Stevens leading the Huron Tigers in this SoDak 16 girls basketball playoff matchup. We're going to step aside for just 30 seconds. When we return, we've got some scores to pass along, not only in girls basketball, but also it's boys Class A playoff action. We'll try to get you up to date on some scores in those games as well. So we'll step aside for just 30 seconds. We're back with our halftime show right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
When you ask for Black Hills Surgical Hospital, you ask for someone who believes in
providing top quality service and exceeding high
standards.
standards.
Ask for someone who treats everyone like a VIP and believes the absolute best shouldn't cost more and makes you feel comfortable, even when you are vulnerable. You ask for someone who cares.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change. We all want to be...
This is...
Halftime over there at St. Thomas More, and right now the Cavaliers leading Belle Fourche 20-18, a close matchup in that ball game.
Yeah, it definitely is, and you don't expect that's going to be the same in the second half, but, you know, Belle Fourche, they are a gritty basketball team, both boys and girls.
Also, with 1 minute left in the second, Hot Springs leading Rapid City Christian 31-28. It wasn't long ago when Rapid City Christian defeated Hot Springs, I think, in the final game of the regular season. So the Hot Springs Bison trying to avenge that loss.
Yeah, it is. It's not like Hot Springs is a dog of a team or anything. They are pretty talented. They have a lot of wins this year. They beat a lot of teams handily. We knew that game that we did last Friday wasn't going to end up being the same type of game. The Raiders just absolutely came out in a track meet, shot well, all that stuff. But you can't do that every night. That just doesn't happen, and you've got to be able to. And right now they're struggling a little bit. Maybe a little bit of jet lag from they made the trip to Phillip with us last night. The boys did. They were in front of us, sitting anyway, and we're we're as excited as the rest of the gym was. Yep.
Also, McLaughlin over Mobridge Pollock tonight, 43-35. So the Tigers season comes to an end there. It is Winter 20, Lakota Tech 18 with 1 minute left in the second.
Well, there's definitely some close games.
There are some close games. Again, we'll try to get you up to date, too, throughout the course of the night with the AA girls basketball. We'll get that bracket set up for you. Tiger basketball to start this second half, but it's Macy Wappen with the steal. She gets out in transition. The Euro step no good, but the cleanup there as Isabel Higgins gets the rebound and lays it back for two. 7 rebounds in the game now and 6 points for Isabel Higgins.
Yeah, a good job again. Transition, they hustle back. They just do a great job of that.
29-23, the Raiders by 6 to start this second half. 35 seconds gone by. We're going to get a whistle, and that's number 3 on Talia Porter.
Yeah, Coach Dandenbring, he knew it. He's like, what are you doing? She had behind her, she's just trailing, and that again, 6 minutes into, or rather with about 6 minutes into that second quarter, she had to sit. Now she sits, and we're less than 30 seconds, a little over 30 seconds into this quarter.
So it'll be Tiger basketball. Here's Hines. Hines works the ball to Gainey. She kicks it outside to Huber. Huber, though, a travel. So that'll be a turnover, and the Raiders come away with it. 7:14 remaining. Into the front court will be Macy Wathen. Left side to go to Brittany Jones. Jones back to Wathen, top to Key. Here's Higgins. Bounce pass right side to Peterson. Peterson back to Wathen, left side to Jones. She's going to launch a 3. That one off the mark, no good. A battle for the rebound. Hines comes away with it. Hampton Hines in the front court, top of the key, right side gets it to Huber. Huber around the screen, back to the top of the key, now spins to her left as the Tigers go from left to right here at Carroll Higher Gymnasium. Elwine kicks it outside to Gainey. Gainey in that right corner looking inside. There's the bounce pass to Hines. Hines puts up the shot. There's going to be a foul against Jones again. She tried to stay vertical, but she was able, or she made contact on the shot attempt.
Yeah, absolutely. And what a great job that was from Hines there. She came across as a cutter, and it was textbook. She got the ball. She sealed her defender on the inside. There was absolutely nothing Brittany Jones could do. That's her third. She couldn't do anything. She really just needed to stay there and get help from another player coming across somehow. She got pinned underneath. Just great body work by Hines.
Hampton Hines makes both free throws. She's now 5 of 6 from the charity stripe, has 9 points in this ball game, and once again the Raiders lead by 4 over the Huron Tigers.
You know, the Raiders right now, they just need to chew up some clock to get Talia Porter back in this game.
Here's Oswald to Waffen. Now they get it to Higgins. She kicks it out to Porter, Oswald. Now Love drives. Love puts up the shot, no good. Higgins, another rebound, puts up the shot, no good. It's a battle for the rebound. Peterson chases it down. It's knocked out of bounds by Huber, but the Raiders lucky to come away with the basketball there.
Yeah, Waffen got her hand on it right away. It looked like Claire Peterson was going to have it, and then the Tigers knock it out of bounds, but you're right. Then they get a fresh clock on that.
6:09 remaining in the third quarter. 4-point Raider lead over the Huron Tigers. Love gets the ball to Waffen. She'll dribble around to the right wing. She passes back to Oswald. Now Peterson in the left quarter. Peterson out to Love. Love right side to Waffen. Waffen crossover dribble to Higgins. Higgins in that right corner. Looking inside, trying to force it into Haley Oswald. Instead, it's knocked out of bounds.
I tell you what, right now the Raiders, they're being almost a little too cautious with that ball, a little too protective. It's too easy for the Tigers to close out and stay tight on them.
There's the inbounds pass to Waffen, and she knocks it down from the free throw line. 11 points now in the game for Macy Waffen.
Macy just stepping up, having a big game tonight for the Raiders. Did they really need that or what?
Averaging a little better than 8.5 points per game for the Raiders, already 11 in this contest. Here's Hines, has position in a low post, and she banks it in for 2.
And she does it again. Haley Oswald wasn't in position. She got sealed out, and it was an easy layup.
Oswald in that right corner, double-teamed. Gets rid of the ball. It goes to Peterson. Peterson spins. We're going to get a whistle. Is that a foul against the Tigers? I think they're going to call it on Huber.
Yeah, it looked like Huber. Again, that's the same foul that was down here earlier on Talia Porter.
That is the first or second, actually, on Bryn Huber. First team foul against the Tigers. Here's Peterson to Love. Love shoots the 3 from the corner. That's no good. Gainey grabs the rebound, tries to get out in transition for the Tigers. Into the front court. She kicks it outside. Hines pump fakes, drives. Now she kicks it to the right side. Elwine shoots the 3, and that's good for Isabel Elwine. 31-30. It's a 1-point Raider lead. Right side, they get the ball over to Waffen. The Raiders trying to answer. Waffen left side to Oswald. Oswald to Waffen. Cross-court pass to Finley Love. Love to Waffen. She's going to shoot the 3 from the left corner, and it's good for Macy Waffen.
Macy Waffen has the hot hand for the Raiders. Boy, she really carried the Raiders all night.
She has 14 points now for Waffen, and it's a 4-point Raider lead on the State Farm scoreboard, 34-30 over Huron. There's the pass to Hines in the low post. Shot up, no good. Hines gets her own rebound. Spins, puts up the shot, and Oswald is called for the foul.
Boy, Hines is just absolutely all over it right now. She's playing a great post play. She's not even the biggest player out there at only 5'7", rather 5'8". I don't want to cheat her an inch or anything on that one, but she's playing the post so well. She's getting after the ball. How about her ability to follow after the shot? She got it. Haley Oswald didn't know how to position her. She got around her, gets the rebound. Haley just sticks her arm out there and just tries to do something, and it ends up with a foul on the free throw line.
Gabby Love and Talia Porter check back in for the Raiders. First free throw was good. Second one is good as well. That's 5 straight free throws, actually 6 for Hampton Hines. 34-32, a 2-point lead for the Raiders. Midway point of this third quarter, here's Higgins, works it down low to Porter. Porter in the low post, fights for the basketball, and it's going to be a jump between Gainey and Porter.
Boy, that was a risky pass. Of course, Talia is a baller there. She gets in there and gets it. Double teamed right away, and they force that jump.
Finley Love will trigger it in from the left baseline. Love gets the ball out. It's going to go to her sister, Gabby. Gabby to Wathen. Now Finley Love. She'll shoot the three from the corner, and it's good!
Boy, that's a big one for Finley. She's really struggled tonight shooting. Shots have been close, so for her to get that one is a big relief.
5-point lead for the Raiders, 37-32, with 3:45 to go in the third quarter. Here's Gainey, the basketball. Gainey gives the ball to Hines, and Hines is going to get the basket and one.
Yeah, Gabby Love. She just couldn't keep up with her. Tried to get in there, tried to get an arm, but again, Hines, her sister Hilton, just did a great job getting in there. They already have the same hair color, but man, they are working like sisters.
The freshman Hines, her shot is no good. The ball is knocked out of bounds by Gainey, so it will be Raider basketball.
We're going to get a timeout here. Looks like Coach Poppin, again, he's got to start collecting things. They're hanging around, 3-point game. Got to put things together, try to get themselves more momentum, get back on another run.
3:38 to go in this third quarter on the State Farm scoreboard. Rapid City Stevens leading Huron 37-34 is your score. For all of your office, shop, and storage needs, choose Quality Commercial Properties, LLC, at the Samco Business Plaza. Quality, affordable, and reliable. There's nothing better on the west side of Rapid City. Call 605-721-9777. Quality Commercial Properties, LLC, at the Samco Business Plaza.
Now, here's the risky part right now. Talia Porter in the game. She's probably their best defender out there, but you can't put her on their best player. Definitely on, she can't guard Elwine. She can't guard Hines, and I don't believe she can guard Gainey either. It's not that she can't guard them, it's just too risky to get a foul off of that. So she's going to have to put on someone else. So who are they going to get to guard those three players? Because right now, the Raiders hardly ever go a zone type of defense, and who's going to keep those gals off of the glass and out of the hoop?
Raider basketball coming out of that timeout, 37-34. They lead the Huron Tigers. Again, the winner advances to the state AA tournament next week. There's the backdoor pass. It goes to Wathen. She kicks it out to Porter, left side to Love. She'll shoot the three, and it's good for Finley Love.
Back-to-back three-pointers by Finley Love. Welcome to the game. She always has an impact, but boy, did that really give him the big boost.
8 points now for Finley Love. It's a 6-point Raider lead, 40-34. 3 minutes remaining. There's Hilton Hines, and she is fouled, so the freshman goes to the free throw line. Going to be on Gabby Love. That is her second 15th foul against the Raiders. Hilton Hines at the free throw line. She's 0 for 1 this evening from the charity stripe. She'll get 2. Continues to struggle there. She misses that shot. On the season, she is a 73.9% free throw shooter. And she misses that one. It's going to be Higgins who gets the rebound. Higgins to Loeb. Now left side, they go to Wathen. Into the corner to Oswald. Back out front. They work it around. They're going to go to Wathen on the left wing. Porter on the elbow now. Backdoor pass to Oswald. She fumbles the ball, puts up the shot, and she is fouled. So Oswald, lucky to escape going to the free throw line that time.
Yeah, she didn't really get possession. I thought she kind of shuffled her feet down underneath, but yeah, she's going to get to the free throw line, and I don't know if Coach Kaufman likes that one.
That foul is going to be on Hampton Hines. It's only her second team foul. Free throw is good for Oswald. Just her 4th point in this ball game. Back to a 7-point lead. Again, the Raiders have led by as many as 9 points in this ball game. Both free throws are good for Haley Oswald. She has 5 overall. 42-34, the lead is 8 on the State Farm scoreboard. Here's Hines. She drives, kicks it outside. Gainey shoots the three from the corner. That one off the mark, no good. Wathen grabs the rebound. Wathen to Higgins in the front court. Higgins in the lane. Gives the ball to Porter. Porter back to Wathen. She shoots the three. Off the mark, no good. A battle for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. And it looks like it will stay Raider basketball.
And I think Coach Kaufman right now, he's as red as the jerseys for the Huron Tigers right now. He thinks it should have been a travel that didn't get called on Higgins. I thought Higgins was going to go up, but then she chose to go somewhere else.
Love gets the ball into Porter, back to Love. Now left side to Wathen. Wathen to Finley, Love on the right wing. Cross-court pass left side to Oswald. Oswald passes back out to Wathen, back to Oswald. Now to Higgins, bounce pass down low to Porter. And we're going to get a whistle early, so no shot there by Porter.
Yeah, I thought the Raiders had an opportunity there. They did a much better job. They have probably the best all game I've seen them. They moved the ball back and forth. They got it to the left side. Then they got it up top, and I thought there was a wide open shot to the right. You get it over there, stop and pop, but they didn't.
Out front is going to be Wathen. Left side to Love. Back to Wathen. She reverses it right side to Oswald. Now they go along the baseline. Higgins kicks it out to Wathen. Wathen over to Oswald on the right wing. Back to Wathen. Wathen over to Oswald. She dribbles around the perimeter. Gives it to Porter. She'll shoot from the free throw line, and Porter knocks it down.
How about that? Right into a triple team, Oswald, and then Porter just stands at the free throw line and I'll take that and pop it in.
Just the 5th point for Porter, but now the largest lead for the Raiders, 44-34 over the Tigers. Down to 90 seconds remaining. Here's Huber now in the paint. The scoop shot contested, no good. We're going to get a foul, and that's going to be Hines with a push from behind. Captain Hines picking up her second.
Yeah, she kind of pushed Oswald. I don't know that that's the shot that the Huron Tigers wanted. Early on the shot clock, he had an opportunity. You drive in, and they just throw this ugly-looking, vomit, for lack of a better word, to try to get it up there, and it just didn't work. You had plenty of time. You kick it back out. You just save your possession for another opportunity.
Talia Porter works her way in the front court. She'll dribble to that left wing. Picks up her dribble, gives it to Wathen. Wathen to the right side. Now they work it over to Love. Love back to Porter, top of the key. Man-to-man or zone defense. Wathen trying to get a backdoor cut there to Higgins. It goes out of bounds, and it stays Raider basketball.
Yeah, again, they got that penetration, and then that's what they want. They want to get something inside, get a collapse, get a kick back outside, or a runner on the lane.
Here's Higgins in the low post, puts up the short jumper, no good. But Isabel Higgins goes to the free throw line for the Raiders. That foul is the first on Isabel. 5th team foul against the Tigers. Just 63 seconds remaining in the third. First free throw by Isabel Higgins is good. She's had a nice game. 7 points and probably 7 or 8 rebounds in this ball game.
Yeah, again, that's an Isabel Higgins type game. Just getting the trash rebounds, fighting inside, getting the shots inside the paint.
She's on her way to possibly getting a double-double tonight as she makes both free throws. And now we get a travel by Elwine, and I don't think she agrees with Brad Booth.
She didn't, but the funny thing is Coach Kaufman, Brad Booth was right in front of him. He didn't say anything to him. He looked at his player, and his face turned beet red, and he's like, I can't believe you just turned the ball over in the middle of the court with no pressure.
46-34, the lead is 12 for the Raiders. There's the pass into the paint. It goes to Porter. She loses the ball, but a foul.
Yeah, I think that one's going to go on Hampton Hines there. Again, she just tried to get her hand in there, just try to poke the ball away, and now we're going to be shooting some free throws all the way through the fourth quarter for the Raiders right now, which is an opportunity because the Raiders are pretty good free throw shooters.
Carson Kaufman picks up her third personal, 6th team foul. So they went Kaufman. It looked like Hines reached in there. It'll be Finley Love. She'll trigger it in from the right baseline. Gets the ball out to Oswald. She'll hand it off to Macy Wathen. Wathen left side to Oswald. Oswald drives that left baseline, puts up the scoop shot, banks it in for 2.
Nice job by Oswald. The little leaning scoop shot got by the defenders.
7 points now for Haley Oswald. In the low post, Hampton Hines puts up the shot. No good, but it's going to be Oswald who is going to pick up her third.
It's exactly what we're talking about. And Coach Dannenbrink's talking to her about it. She looks back at Dannenbrink and says, hey, what did I do? And he's like, you did the same thing, which is hard. You get bumped in the chest. You can't help it. You bring your arms down. It wasn't a lot. It wasn't like the gate on the interstate when you can't go during a snowstorm. It was down just enough to create contact and create a foul.
Hampton Hines has made 7 straight free throws, and she's 8 of 9 from the charity stripe in the ballgame. Really trying to keep the Tigers in this one.
Right. And it was a tremendous second half the last time these two teams got together by the Raiders that really catapulted it into such a huge victory for them. 15 points for Hampton Hines, but still a 12-point Raider lead, 48-36. We're down to the final 12 seconds as the Raiders hold for the final shot of this third quarter. Porter dribbles, gets inside the arc, shoots the jumper, and knocks it down. Was wide open. No one even put a hand in her face.
Down to 2 seconds now. Hines at the other end puts up the shot, and she banks it in at the buzzer.
Great job by Hines, right? The defense, I don't think they wanted to do anything to her, so they just kind of stood there and kind of just mirrored her a little bit, but didn't put any pressure on her and just gave her an open look.
That'll do it. That's the end of the third quarter here at Carroll Higher Gymnasium on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. After 3, it's Rapid City Stevens 50 and the Huron Tigers 38. We're back in 30 seconds with the final quarter right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City, and also on GoRaidersLive.com.
Matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
And welcome back to the Anytime Service and Detail broadcast booth, sales, service, and recreation. With Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. It's the fourth quarter as the Raiders, leading by 12, hope to hold on to punch their ticket to the state AA girls basketball tournament. Elwine shoots the 3 for the Tigers. That's no good. Porter comes away with it. Here's Porter now for the Raiders. Works her way into the front court. Left side, they get it to Watson. Back to Jones. Jones sat out quite a bit with 3 personals. She's back in the ballgame. She'll give it to Watson. Now they go to Higgins. Higgins to Oswald in that right corner. She dribbles out. Now she drives hard to the basket, puts up the left-handed shot. No good. Higgins fights for the rebound and saves it for the Raiders.
She fought so hard that ponytail of hers was whipping people.
Higgins with the basketball on the wing. Hands the ball off. It's going to go to Jones. Jones loses the ball, though. Now the ball loose. It's going to be picked up by Elwine. She'll work her way into the front court. Right side goes to Gainey. Gainey's going to miss the layup at the other end. Porter now fighting for the rebound with Kaufman.
Boy, what a wide-open opportunity. The frustration for Coach Kaufman is like, we get a turnover, we get a transition bucket, an easy one here. Probably one of my better shooters, and she can't convert.
The Raiders outscore the Tigers in that third quarter, 23-15 to lead by 12. Here's Oswald. She'll shoot the 3 from the left corner. That one a little too strong, no good. Gainey grabs the rebound for the Tigers. Just a little under 7 minutes to go in this contest. Here's Huber driving that right baseline. Now she gives the ball to Kaufman. Kaufman banks it in for 2, and she was wide open.
Yeah, good penetration. The defender on Kaufman dropped back to help the driver, but nobody rotated to the backside to help out.
Trapping defense there, but they get the ball to Macy Wathen. Now they go to Higgins in that right corner. She'll dribble now to the paint. Spins back to her right. Turnaround jumper is good for Higgins.
Wow, nice looking shot by Isabel Higgins. She's like, I'm not just about garbage points. I got some touch too.
10 points now for Isabel Higgins, and perhaps probably one of the best games of the season we've seen from her. At the other end, Elwine's going to drive. She puts up a tough shot, no good, as Jones played tremendous defense. The Raiders come away with it. Here's Higgins in the low post, and she's going to knock down another jumper.
Another one right there. And she was standing right there at the low block and like, look, if no one's going to defend me, I'm just going to go up with it. And Coach Coffin is talking to the official. He thought there was a foul down here. If there was, it was early on the drive, but Jones didn't touch her on the way up. 5:47 to go in the fourth quarter. The Raiders lead by 14 over the Huron Tigers. 54-40 is your score. For all of your office, shop, and storage needs, choose Quality Commercial Properties, LLC, at the Samco Business Plaza. Quality, affordable, and reliable. There's nothing better on the west side of Rapid City. Call 605-721-9777. Quality Commercial Properties, LLC, at the Samco Business Plaza. And I'll tell you what, the Raiders are putting together a quality game tonight. There were a couple of points there where you're not quite sure because Huron battled back, and that's just the type of team they are, good battlers. But the Raiders have responded each time. Some big-time defensive plays, some big-time shots, and players stepping up. Coach Dannenbring doing a great job. He's guarded Talia Porter, but tonight he hasn't needed her as much. She's contributed, but how about all the rest of the Raiders stepping up? Macy Watson, Isabel Higgins, I think a couple other players have done.
Haley Oswald.
Yeah, Haley Oswald, that was the one I was missing. Haley Oswald is contributed well. So great. Like we had last night, this is going to be another great team. Should the Raiders go on to win, another great team win. 5:40 remaining in the fourth quarter, 14-point lead. For the Raiders, it's going to be Huron basketball. There's Elwine, a long three-pointer. That one off the mark. Huber trying to chase it down. She saves it to Gainey. Now they get it back to Elwine. Elwine to Hines. Hines top of the key. She wants to drive. Loses the ball. It goes out of bounds, and it was Jones that went off of Jones. She really didn't touch it. It just kind of rolls off her left shoulder. Right. She just stood there. She put her hands out and was like, look, if you're going to tangle your arms up with mine, I'm just going to keep them there.
They get the ball into Huber. Huber on that wing gets in the lane. Now she passes out to Hines. Hines now wants to drive. Cross-court pass to Gainey. She's going to shoot the three, and Heaven Gainey knocks it down. First basket of the second half. She has 11. 54-43, 5 minutes remaining. Here's Higgins in the front court. And Higgins trying to get it to Porter, and it's stolen by Hines. Hines in the front court, races to the basket, puts up the shot, no good. Porter comes away with it. She'll push the ball to Oswald.
And Kaufman is livid again at the official, thinking she got hit in the head. And I think we're going to get a warning. Paul Whitcraft
warning.
is going to get a warning. And so the last time these two played, actually at the end of the game, Coach Kaufman got a technical foul. I don't know what he said. He said something to the official, but he got one.
Porter in the low post, turnaround jumper in the paint, rolls in and out, no good. Gainey grabs the rebound for the Tigers. She'll push the ball into the front court. It goes to Hines. Hilton Hines. There's a little step. Shot's no good. Another rebound. I'm sure Higgins now is reached that double-double.
Yeah, I believe so, too.
They'll go to Watson on the near side. Rolls to the top of the key. There's the backdoor pass to Oswald. Oswald kicks it outside to Jones. Jones drives. Now she picks up her dribble, passes to Watson. Raiders just being patient with this drive. They'll give the ball. It goes to Porter. She gets around the screen to the right side. Porter to the elbow. Now to Jones in the right corner. 6 seconds now in the low post. Here's Porter. Porter to Oswald. Loses the ball. Are we going to get a whistle against the Tigers? I believe we do.
Yeah,
and Coach Kaufman, as he walks away, not happy with that call.
Absolutely. He's just been livid all night. He's going to need a big dinner after this because of all the calories that he has burned out pacing the sidelines and, letting the officials know what he thinks of the game. And
Evan Gainey picks up her second. That's the 7th team foul against the Tigers. At the free throw line will be Haley Oswald, who's a perfect 2 for 2. She misses that one-on-one situation. Gainey chases down the loose ball. Gainey works her way into the front court. Left side, she gets the ball to Huber. Huber to Hines. Hampton Hines the basketball. Left side, over to Elwine. Oh, no, that's not Elwine. That is Kristen James. Now they get it to Huber. She puts up the float or the running jumper. That's no good. Jones comes away with it, pushes the ball to
Wathen, yep. And Wathen looked like she had an easy layup, but she got shoved as she went up. Unfortunately, couldn't convert on the easy layup, which it's hard to say, don't shoot a layup. Obviously, you got plenty of time left, but she was just quickly attacking, right away. But, fortunately, she got to the line.
Kristen James picking up her second, 8th team foul. At the free throw line will be Macy Wathen. She misses that free throw. She's now 2 of 4 from the charity stripe tonight. Raiders lead 54-43. They are 3 minutes and 29 seconds away from heading back to the state AA tournament, where they have been the runner-up the last 2 years.
Yeah, definitely, fought hard both times. And
Macy Wathen misses the free throw, misses both free throws, so it stays an 11-point lead. Out front is going to be James. Now they go to Huber. Huber, bounce pass, or trying to work it inside. It's going to be a kick by Porter. So it will stay Tiger basketball. Tigers will get it. They will inbounds right in front of their own bench. That will be Isabel Elwine who will trigger it in. She gets the ball to Gainey. Gainey, left side, over to James. James wants to drive, splits the defenders, loses the ball, and it's going to be Raider basketball.
Yeah, there was nothing there. Great job, great double team. They closed the door on her that time. I think she probably should have got called for a travel, but either way, she loses it, and the Raiders have it.
Again, the Raiders just 3 minutes away from their 10th straight tournament appearance. Here's Jones in the backcourt, gets the ball to Porter. Porter in the front court, top of the key. Spins, gives the ball. It's going to go to Wathen. Now left corner to Oswald. Back to Wathen. Macy Wathen, crossover dribble. Gives the ball back to Oswald. Now they go to Jones. Brittany Jones over to Wathen. Cross-court pass to Higgins. Now right corner, it's going to be Porter. Porter dribbles out to the wing. Gets the ball to Jones. Down to 7 seconds on the shot clock. Jones, right side to Oswald. She's going to fire a three, and it's good for Haley Oswald.
I'm sure Coach Coffin right now is like, why is it that every time we play the Raiders, they have such a great game shooting?
2:26 remaining in this contest on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. Right now, the Raiders lead the Tigers 57-43. Is your score. We're going to step aside for 30 seconds as well. You're listening to high school basketball action on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
Belly Brothers Auto Tech is the bark of the town. Belly Brothers is one of the top-rated local auto shops in South Dakota. From an oil change to transmission repairs, they'll treat your car with exceptional service at reasonable rates, with plenty of financing options also available. Holding an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau since 2008, Belly Brothers will get your tail wagging. And visit Jennifer Young next door for your tax accounting needs.
Use
And welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth here at Carroll Hire Gymnasium. With Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham. The Raiders trying to punch their ticket to the State AA Girls Basketball Tournament. It is Huron basketball, though, coming out of the timeout. Hampton Hines drives, and she will get the basket and one.
That's Oswald again. That's standing. Now she's going to go talk to Paul Whitcraft. What did I do? And it was just a nice little incidental bump, worthy of a foul call. It's like, I don't know what else to do.
19 points for Hampton Hines. She misses her free throw, though. It's going to be Macy Wathen who gets the rebound. They go to Jones now, trapped in the backcourt. Ahead to Wathen, now right side to Porter. Porter left side over to Oswald. The Raiders now just trying to chew up some clock as they lead by 12. 57-45 with under 2 minutes to go in this contest. Wathen to Porter. Porter hands it off back to Wathen. Now they go right side to Oswald. Oswald in the corner looking inside. Instead, she's going to go to Higgins. Higgins back to Oswald on the wing. Down to 6 seconds. Trying to work it to Higgins. And Higgins, another baseline jumper.
A great little two-man game there between Oswald and Higgins. And it was a great throw up that Higgins got.
Here's Elwine out to Hines. She kicks it outside to Huber. Now they go over to Gainey. Gainey drives to the basket. Has a shot blocked by Higgins. Huber gets it back for the Tigers. Now they go to Hines, and there's a steal by Brittany Jones. Jones into the front court, goes coast to coast, and gets the layup at the other end.
Boy, that's going to seal it right now for the Raiders. With just a minute to go. Coach Coffin's got to take a timeout. It's like, we got to figure something out. We got 62 seconds left, but a big-time turnover by Jones. She steps right into the passing lane. Transition point, and the Raiders are almost on the way. I can't say it yet. A big bucket. In fact, the first 2 points of this ball game for Brittany Jones, but that pretty much puts the exclamation point on this ball game with just 62 seconds remaining. Yeah, it is possible that he might start fouling and try to drag this out a little bit, but I mean, you have to think about it. The Raiders just have to shoot, 0 for a whole bunch.
Yeah, they would.
At the line.
Here come the Raiders. We'll see some new faces in there for the Raiders as well.
Yeah, we haven't seen Finley Love for actually most of this half coming in. Gabby and Claire.
Here's Fierro in the front court. Gainey. Now they work it over the right side. Elwine shoots the three, and it's good for Elwine.
Big-time shot there.
Love in the backcourt. Works her way into the front court, left side. Gets around the screen to the left wing. Now dribbles back to the right side, passes to Peterson. Peterson gets around the perimeter. Down to 30 seconds now. We're going to get another substitution, a whole new 5 coming in for the Raiders as they are just 29 and a half seconds away from heading to Sioux Falls next Wednesday.
Yeah, how about that? I tell you what, tonight the Raiders just played a great game tonight. We actually haven't seen the Raiders play this well in actually quite a while. In general, again, we didn't get to see specifically the game in Sioux Falls last weekend against the Lincoln Patriots. They came out early, got a chance to watch it on film a little bit. They came out early and hit hard and then played well then, but just the way they're playing tonight, just everything, just really, really well.
I think it's a backcourt violation there on Sydney Watson.
Yeah, she caught the ball in the front court and then took that step trying to get around. I don't think she realized where she was at.
27 seconds now. Here's Bren Huber in the front court. She'll race to the elbow, get the ball over to Kaufman. Kaufman, I think, takes another step, and that's a travel.
Yeah, I think she thought she was pushed, but
22.1 seconds remaining. Again, coming up next is the post-game show right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. We're going to get a foul. That's going to send a Raider to the free throw line.
It's actually going to be an intentional foul, and I think Coach Kaufman's not going to like that at all because, again, so by rule, by definition, and Matt Berger's going to go talk to him, by definition, you have to play the ball. And you hear officials tell, other coaches all the time, look, they got to play the ball somehow, some way. You can't, she pushed from behind. That's not playing the ball at all. And unfortunately, in this type of situation, it's kind of a hard pill to swallow. But this is the end of the season. You should know, and you should teach your players that they have to somehow try to reach the ball. And the officials will give you lots of leeway, but that one was clearly just a push from behind.
And that's number 10, Morgan, is it Jost? She hits one of 2 free throws, so 62-48 now. We're down to just 12 seconds. It'll be Raider basketball. Again, they're just chewing up the clock. They're 8 seconds away from the state tournament. Now they dribble around the perimeter, down to 4 seconds. Of course, the crowd wants her to take a shot, but
nope,
going to do it.
Absolutely not.
That's the ball game, and Rapid City Stevens gets the win, and they advance to their 10th straight state AA girls basketball tournament. The final score on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by agents Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. It's Rapid City Stevens 62 and the Huron Tigers 48. But the Raiders will take a trip to eastern South Dakota next week, again for the State AA girls basketball tournament.
And I'll tell you what, we talked about what an ugly February they had, and for them to kind of bounce back, the second game in a row that they've won now after beating Lincoln last Saturday. Come back, they play well tonight. this was the kind of Raider team we were kind of hoping to see all season long. Unfortunately, they hit that little valley through February, and hopefully this is a momentum that they need heading into get into the state tournament. They'll play the late game on Thursday night, but probably play Pierre, the winner of the Pierre Brookings game. But yeah, they're going to need this momentum right now to get going. And we'll try to update you on some scores coming up next in our post-game show. Again, the final score on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by Agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick. It's Rapid City Stevens 62, Huron 48. We're back with the post-game show when we return in 1 minute, right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
I've been with Pioneer Bank around 11 years now, but...
Finley Lala. Number 13, Claire Fierro. Number 14, Chloe Olson. Number 23, Hallie Peterson. Number 24, Jaleesa Parker. Number 25, Mackenzie Schreiber. Number 32, Bree Karna. Number 33, Jessa Griswold. Number 34, Gabby Love. Number 55, Bailey Kokish. Number 1, Brittany Jones. Number 2, Haley Oswald. Number 3, Talia Porter. Number 20, Isabel Higgins. And number 22, Macy Watson.
And welcome back to Carroll Higher Gymnasium on this Friday night as we welcome you to the Pioneer Bank and Trust post-game show. Pioneer Bank and Trust is proud to support high school sports, and they want to be your trusted local partner for all of your banking needs. Pioneer Bank and Trust is local. Be sure to visit them at pioneerbankandtrust.com. Again, back here at Rapid City Stevens High School, the Raiders receiving their medals tonight as they are heading back to the state AA girls basketball tournament. Rapid City Stevens gets the win over Huron. 62-48 is your final. The Raiders now improved to 14-7 on the season. And Dean, like you said, this was what we expected to see from the Raiders on a consistent basis all season long. Yeah, it is, and they came around just at the right time. I was concerned. Even going into last weekend, I was as I was calculating things and who's gonna, who their matchup is gonna be. Is it gonna be Aberdeen Central? That was in play. It could have been Lincoln. Spearfish wasn't out of the question. And so, as we were talking about that, I believe it was during that Raider Cobbler game about potential matchups, and we're thinking, who are they going to play? But no matter who they play, they right now are struggling, and through February they just nothing was going right. They're shooting poorly, turning the ball over constantly. But tonight they really continued that upswing, hit that valley there. Probably that Raider Cobbler game, that was probably the wake-up call for them, that they really need to get it together. They lost to Washington, who was a really good team that following Friday, but then, beat Lincoln and kind of rolled in here. Now they're shooting well. They only had 14 turnovers. They had 11 in the first half, so only 3 turnovers in that second half for the Raiders, and they shot 43% from the floor versus 33% from Huron. So, again, we said the team that shoots well, the Raiders, 38%, 8 of 21 from downtown, and the team that turned the ball over the least, well, they tied Huron with that, with 14, would be the one who gets the win, and that's exactly the way the stats came about. 62-48, Rapid City Stevens with the win. Looking at the individual scoring tonight, again, a great contribution from everyone that came on the floor tonight for the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. They were led by Macy Watson and Isabel Higgins, both with 14 points apiece, but it was also 11 rebounds for Isabel Higgins. So the double-double tonight for Higgins, 14 points and 11 rebounds to lead the way. And again, Macy Watson also with 14. 10 for Haley Oswald,
And we had 8 for Finley Love as she hit 2 big threes there in the third quarter, and their field goal in the first half. 7 points for Talia Porter. A very quiet night, but again, she had foul trouble, first of all. And then, she didn't really need to have a big game because her teammates really stepped up tonight.
Yeah, they really did. It was just like we said last night for the Christian Lady Comets. Tonight, it was just a great team effort. Like you said, you're going down 3 players scoring in double figures, and then plenty of other stats that contribute to the fact that they had just a solid team effort. And it means more than just a team effort. You want that from your team. It shows that they can play as a team. They can win as a team. If other players step up and play, aside from Talia Porter, they can actually get together. And they're going to need that because they're going to be playing, a very quality team heading into next Thursday night at the Pentagon in Sioux Falls. So they got to bring this type of A game that they brought tonight next week. Also scoring for the Raiders tonight, 6 points for Gabby Love and 1 point for Morgan Jost, who hits that free throw to end the game for the Raiders. For the Huron Tigers, they were led tonight by Hampton Hines, who did everything she could to try to get the Tigers back in this game. She finishes with 19 points, 11 for Heben Gainey, 10 for Isabel Elwine, 6 for Hilton Hines, 2 points for Carson Kaufman, and that looks like that is Bryn Huber did not score tonight, so that is your scoring for the Huron Tigers, again, who lose the game tonight. So they end their season with a 9-12 record, and again, they have some seniors there in that starting lineup with Bryn Huber and also Carson Kaufman, Isabel Elwine, Heben Gainey, all playing their final game for the Huron Tigers tonight. Yeah, it kind of is sad in that situation. Like we said, this is the culmination of the season right here. You get to the state tournament, you're obviously going for that win, but you still have 3 more games to play. I always look at it that way. How many games do I get to play? That's all that matters to me when I'm out there, either I'm playing or coaching or whatever it is. I just want to play more games. I obviously want to win. I'm a competitor as well, but so unfortunately for Huron, their season comes to an end tonight, and for again, they were senior heavy, so they're going to have to reload for next season. Look at more statistics that kind of showed how well the Raiders played. 40 rebounds to only 22 for the Huron Tigers. 12 big offensive rebounds as well. 6 of them by Isabel Higgins. She got half of their offensive rebounds. Just gutty performance by Isabel, and what she means to this program is just fantastic, and stepped up and showed it here tonight.
Absolutely. So the Raiders now with a 2-game winning streak as they head into the state tournament. They're 14-7, and they're making their 10th straight tournament appearance. Obviously, the last 2 years they were the runner-up. It is a very loaded AA girls tournament, and we're going to get to those scores in just a moment. A tough challenge ahead, but again, the Raiders now making their 10th straight trip. We're excited about next week.
Oh, well, we definitely are, and we said this at the beginning of the season. This is one of the classiest. This is one of the prototypical basketball programs in West River. Obviously, St. Thomas More boys and girls, fantastic. Rapid City Christian has 2 squads that are coming up and doing consistently a good job each year. But year in and year out, the Raider girls are just the program that you look to. They're always competitive, and it's going to continue. There's some seniors leaving this year, but there's lots of younger talent still to come, even down there in the freshman, sophomore, even in the 8th grade arena that have kind of stepped up and started playing. You would watch some of the lower-level games. They have tons of talent, and it just keeps coming, and it keeps coming, and it keeps coming. Everybody wants to come play for the Raiders. If you're a Raider girl, this is one of the great programs for West River. Year in and year out, 10 straight tournament bids, 2 consecutive championship games that they went to. Again, we'll see what they can do next weekend.
We'll absolutely see. Again, they are 14-7 now on the season, and they will be playing. We're going to actually look at that schedule when we return. You're listening to the Pioneer Bank and Trust postgame show right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. We're going to step aside for 1 minute. When we come back, a lot to get to yet in this postgame show. We'll have our highlight of the game as well as our player of the game, and then we'll wrap up the night with scores in the SoDak 16 plus the Class A boys going on tonight. So a lot to get to. We'll do that when we return in 1 minute to Carroll Higher Gymnasium right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City.
Cars, used trucks, used sport utilities. Find them all at Danny Menholt Rapid Chevrolet. Shop over 300 used cars, trucks, and SUVs. GMCs, Rams, Fords, imports, and more. Many late model local trades. Plus, used and certified pre-owned Chevys. With qualified credit, buy with no money down and make no payments for 90 days. 16 local and national lenders available and all applications accepted. Shop the Black Hills best selection in person at Danny Menholt Rapid Chevrolet or DannyMenholtRapidChevrolet.com. Used car.
Now that we're in the final quarter of the year, it's time to start thinking about the 2022 tax year. W-2s and 1099s are scheduled to be out in January, but don't worry, Jennifer Young's Bookkeeping Services has you covered. They stay on top of the ever-changing tax laws impacting small businesses and corporations. Jennifer Young's Bookkeeping has your best interests at heart. Don't wait until the last minute. Get a head start on your 2022 taxes. Call Jennifer Young or go to jenniferyoungsbookkeeping.com or find her on Facebook.
Family.
And we want to welcome you back to Carroll Higher Gymnasium on this Friday night. It's the Pioneer Bank and Trust Postgame Show right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. With Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham. Right now, cutting down the nets is the Rapid City Stevens Raiders girls basketball team as they punch their ticket to the state tournament. They get the win over the Huron Tigers tonight. 62-48 is the final. That's two-game winning streak now for the Raiders as they improve to 14-7 on the year, and they will head back to Sioux Falls next Wednesday to in preparation for the state tournament Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the Pentagon. Let's take a look at today's highlight of the game. It's being brought to us by Highmark Credit Union. You can now show your school spirit and earn money for your booster club. It's easy to get your Raider or Cobbler custom-designed debit card. Simply open a Highmark free basic checking account and get your Raider or Cobbler debit card. Plus, each swipe will earn money for your booster club. Support the Raiders and the Cobblers with a custom-designed debit card. To get started, visit highmarkfcu.com. This is tonight's Highmark highlight of the game. Here's Elwine out to Hines. She kicks it outside to Huber. Now they go over to Gainey. Gainey drives to the basket. Has a shot blocked by Higgins. Huber gets it back for the Tigers. Now they go to Hines, and there's a steal by Brittany Jones. Jones into the front court, goes coast to coast, and gets the layup at the other end.
Boy, that's going to seal it right now for the Raiders with just a minute to go. Coach Coffin's got to take a timeout. It's like, we got to figure something out. We got 62 seconds left, but a big-time turnover by Jones. She steps right into the passing lane, transition point, and the Raiders are almost on the way. A big bucket. In fact, the first 2 points of this ballgame for Brittany Jones, but that pretty much puts the exclamation point on this ballgame. And again, that really did seal it for the Raiders tonight as they get the win 62-48. Again, the only basket for Brittany Jones, but it couldn't have come at a better time as the Raiders seal the win. Yeah, just the timing again. That just part of the. Even if you didn't, put together a lot of points, Brittany Jones gets that big steal. She just stuck her hand, exactly what you teach. You got your head on a swivel. You got one eye on the player, one eye on the ball. See the man, see the ball. I can remember that. And back when my son played, listen to the coach yell that out in practice. See the man, see the ball. And it's exactly what she did. She got her hand right in the passing lane and just went coast to coast, like you said, and just took care of it and just sealed it.
Let's move on to today's player of the game. That's being sponsored by Claiborne Los and Sabers. Whether it's divorce, injury, or a business dispute, when you need someone to step up for you, the law office of Claiborne Los and Sabers is always ready. Just Google Claiborne Los and Sabers in Rapid City. So, Dean, we'll turn to you, as always, for our player of the game.
We talked about the fact that this was a great team effort, so it's kind of hard to seal it down to one. There are quite a few players that did a lot tonight, but two players stepped up big. One stepped up slightly bigger. I'm just going to call it that. That's the best I can come up with. But she really did. She fights all year long. We missed her early on. She missed a couple of games because of some back issues she had from volleyball. But she came in, and she just worked her way. She just did so much effort fighting boards. 6 offensive rebounds tonight to go with her 11 total rebounds to go with her 14 points tonight. So I'm talking about Isabel Higgins, a double-double, and she and Macy Watson attacked the Huron Tigers tonight and got the win. So Isabel Higgins, our player of the game with her double-double tonight, as she's our player of the game, being sponsored by Claiborne Los and Sabres in Rapid City. So again, the Raiders get the win tonight, 62-48. In other scores tonight in the SoDak 16, it was O'Gorman over Rapid City Central, 63-26. So the Cobbler season comes to an end. Harrisburg edges Spearfish 35-30. So unfortunately, the Spearfish Spartans, who we thought they were a much improved team this year, their season comes to an end as well. Yeah, it's a 5-point game, though. That's pretty good. And Maya Kochutin for them, I think she's just a sophomore this year, so she's going to come back, and hopefully they get some help next year. Dakota Johnson, again, doing a great job with the Spartan ladies. Absolutely. Number 1, Sioux Falls, Washington over Sioux Falls, Roosevelt by 13, 53-40. It's Sioux Falls, Jefferson over Aberdeen Central, 57-41. A big game we were watching for, and that's Pierre over Brookings, 68-42 is the final. Mitchell just gets by Brandon Valley, 53-49. And the last game, Watertown 38, Sioux Falls, Lincoln 36. So here's how the matchups look then at the state tournament coming up next Thursday, the first day of the tournament. The first game will be number 1, Sioux Falls, Washington, taking on number 8, Watertown. That's going to be followed up by number 4, Sioux Falls, Jefferson, taking on Mitchell. Then in the evening games, it will be Pierre and Rapid City Stevens, and that's going to be and then the final game of the night will be O'Gorman and Harrisburg. So that's the way the tournament looks for the state AA. So the Raiders get a rematch with Pierre, a team they lost to, I believe, was it the second game of the season? Yeah, first or second. And again, that was one of those games that Isabel Higgins didn't play. So that's going to be another factor that the Raiders are going to be able to throw at Pierre. Pierre, a very talented team. They're going to do more research on them, but it just had a great season. There's a lot of talk about the Pierre boys and how well they were, but the Pierre girls are actually doing better than the Pierre boys are right now. So, it's going to be a great game, that first game of that night, the night doubleheader, and I'm just really looking forward to it. Let's get to some Class A boys region games now. St. Thomas More, they come back, and then they win in a big way. They defeat Belfouche 48-32. So St. Thomas More heading back to the SoDak 16 with under 1 minute left in the fourth. It's winner 49, Lakota Tech 46. So winner getting a test there from Lakota Tech. Yeah, we knew that was going to be a tough game, along with the Red Cloud Pine Ridge game. I have that score there, too. Final tonight, Pine Ridge 47, Red Cloud 44. So that's a final? That is a final I have. Yeah, I knew that was going to be, every time those two get together, it's just always a dog fight. So. And then over there at the Hart Ranch tonight, what a surprise. Hot Springs, with under 1 minute left in the fourth quarter, leading Rapid City Christian 75-67. Yeah, it's actually 10 seconds left. We're going to move it to 11 seconds. But, yeah, Hot Springs just hit their 2 free throws, and now they're going to inbound the ball and try to get the foul. And it's just kind of amazing. I don't know what happened tonight, but what a letdown for the Comets. I don't want to take anything away from Hot Springs. That is a gutty team who plays hard, and they get in there and they battle. Obviously, in football, made it to the semifinals there. And just a hard-fought team, and they're going to go to their SoDak 16. And unfortunately, anything short of the state tournament for the Comets this year is just, unfortunately, just a letdown. Again, they lost their SoDak 16 last year. They're not even going to get a chance to play that one this year. No, they will not get a chance, as they are going to fall to the Hot Springs. In fact, the final, it looks like it just came in now. Hot Springs 77,
Rapid City Christian 67?
Yep, it's 77-67, and here it is, and the Bison are celebrating.
So the Bison, as Dean's watching it there, they will be moving on to the SoDak 16. Also tonight, Sioux Falls Christian over West Central, 71-46. Miller gets by Crow Creek by 2, 68-66. Dakota Valley continues their winning ways. They defeat T-Area 74-65. McLaughlin over Mobridge Pollock, 43-35. And Sioux Valley over Dual, 77-56. Just real quickly, we want to mention some B scores real quick. Lower Brule having a fantastic season. They defeat Harriet Stobie area 74-41. Also trying to find some scores closer to home here. A final Hardin County over Lemon, 70-44. Again, this is boys region play. It was White River all over Jones County, 73-44. Crazy Horse gets by Phillip, 55-52. Faith defeats Teospa Topa by 30, 96-66.
Wow. Balls flying in that arena.
Yeah, they were. So again, most of the scores they're trying to cover the regional or local scores there, but we'll probably have it posted later tonight too, all the scores going on. But Dean, do you have any pairings for that SoDak 16 before we leave the air tonight?
Well, for the boys, there's still a couple games to be decided. So you don't want to jump to conclusions too quickly. But we may be heading to Phillip again, as the St. Thomas More Cavaliers will be number 2. They would, as it sits at the moment, they would take on the Miller Rustlers.
Would they?
Yeah.
Wow.
We just got done covering Miller, and who knows where that game might be played. But again, that's the 2:15 pairing. If it sticks the way it is, again, there's still a couple more scores to go, including that winner Lakota Tech, which could change the complexity of that setup.
Is that game? So it's not a final quite yet.
Is it not final?
It's under 1 minute left in the fourth ice show, and it's winner 51. Lakota Tech 46.
Yeah, so who knows where that's at. And is that the last game? I think that's the last other one where there's
Madison and Del Rapids, which Madison leading Del Rapids right now, if that's correct.
Yeah, that's a big one too. That's a 15-point, but they're still in the second, so they got a lot of time. So obviously those brackets won't come out until later on, and of course that would be another upset, which could shake things up. So stay up late and watch your pairings here.
Absolutely. Again, we do want to say next week, we plan to continue our playoff coverage. We had a couple games for you this week, some fun games. Next week, it'll be turning to the Tuesday night. We'll see where St. Thomas More is playing. We could possibly have playoff action there in the SoDak 16. And then, of course, the Raider girls heading to Sioux Falls. So we're looking at coverage there, possibly there with the Raider girls. So then we got state tournament for the boys. So season's winding down, though, Dean.
Yeah, big time. March going on, tons of basketball, lots of fun, and boy, the weather. It feels like Christmas out there tonight.
It does. It's a little cold. But again, we want to say hats off and congratulations to Rapid City Stevens. They get the win tonight over the Huron Tigers as the Raiders advance to their 10th straight State AA girls basketball tournament with the win tonight over the Huron Tigers.
Of course, we can't forget to talk about the Raider boys and the Cobbler boys.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Both traveling to Sioux Falls. The Raiders, I believe, are playing Jefferson, and the Cobblers are playing the Lincoln Patriots as well. So good luck to them. Uphill battle, but hey, we've seen some amazing things when you get out and you play and you use the talent that you have. You never know what can happen.
And the Sturgis Scoopers also heading east.
That's right.
They take on the Harrisburg Tigers, I believe.
Yep.
The 10 and 7 seed there.
Yeah, and those guys are heating up right now. They're playing really good ball right now. Harrisburg, obviously, a very talented team. I thought they would be finished a lot higher than they did. But, so some West River teams heading east tomorrow. So enjoy. Keep track of the scores. And
best of luck to those teams, the Cobblers and the Raiders and the Scoopers in the SoDak 16 boys basketball games tomorrow. So like you said, Dean, best of luck to those teams.
Yes, absolutely. I'm excited.
But that's going to wrap up our coverage tonight. They are done with tearing down, but cutting down the nets here as they celebrate their victory. Again, in our Pioneer Bank and Trust post-game show, Rapid City Stevens will be heading east next Wednesday as they get there a day early to to practice and get ready for their Thursday game against the Pierre Lady Governors. So again, we want to thank Matt Kearney back at the station for, again, each and every game for everything that he does, as well as the Kearney Files. And again, this will wrap up our coverage on our Pioneer Bank and Trust postgame show right here on Fox Sports Rapid City. It's been a fun season. It's not over yet. We've got more basketball coming up next week, and we will let you know what those games are like. But, Dean, hope you have a great weekend.
Oh, I will. We'll be back here doing some, there must be like a benefit tournament or something on Sunday. I'll be back here doing that. So basketball refereeing's not over for me yet.
Not over yet. Again, the final score, congratulations to the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. The girls basketball team, they punched their ticket to their 10th straight state AA girls basketball tournament as Rapid City Stevens defeats Huron 62-48 is your final. This has been high school girls basketball action right here on 106.7 FM, 1150 AM, Fox Sports Rapid City, and online at foxsportsrapidcity.com. For Dean Gurr, I'm Jerome Wickersham. For Matt Kearney back at the studio, have a great night, a great weekend. We'll see you back here next week for more basketball action on Fox Sports Rapid City.